ng ibang mga media. Sinasabi ko sa kanila, bakit ba ganyan? Ano pong ginawa ni Ibo sa inyo?
Alamin nyo naman kung ano yung katotohanan bago kayo magsasalita. Yung ABS-CBN na yan, masyadong unfair sa kapatid ko yan. Channel 7, very unfair sa kapatid ko yan. Unfair kayo, masyado kayong unfair. Yung media people, you're unfair.
All right, you heard it. Very unfair.
I did not cover that Villar event. That was Nanay Coring's press conference. It was Jeff.
Yes, yes.
So probably they lack the understanding of how the media work. Baka para sa kanila, pag nag-cover ka, the story should be positive.
Okay.
It should not be.
All
The
right.
story should be fair, but the story should not necessarily be positive for them.
Okay, Willard, in your case, Nikki Teodoro was out there saying that all of these surveys are not being fair to her husband.
Teodoro supporters would always approach me also and vent their anger to me, accusing ABS-CBN of being biased, particularly to Noynoy Aquino.
Okay.
And their favorite complaint was the showing of A Dangerous Life, that movie
During the Holy
on EDSA Revolution and on Cory Aquino during Holy Week.
Okay.
Their main beef was, why show a biopic on Cory Aquino in a Holy Week? And honestly, I didn't actually go to great lengths and defend the company because I find some of their complaints valid. I myself am not privy or was not privy to that decision making on why the movie was shown.
Okay.
On my level, I just try to tell them na please don't take it against us personally, reporters. I was told that there was one regional reporter who was shooed away by supporters of Teodoro, just because recovering for ABS-CBN because of the perception that ABS-CBN is biased. So we don't need you here. She was told that.
So says, you're at the center of this because your candidate allegedly is the favorite of ABS-CBN. How did you counter that? And were you given extra access or extra privileges because you were perceived to be pro-Noynoy?
By the campaign? No. Well, you know, I would always tweet.
Yes, I read those tweets. Yes.
And then people who would follow me on Twitter and Facebook would say, what are you doing promoting his candidacy? And I said, no, you know, I'm covering him. And for instance, if I was covering the Maguindanao hearings, I would do the same, except that towards the end of the campaign, it was really more news about Senator Aquino. And then, so I don't think there was any special privilege given the campaign staff to me. In fact, I remember early on in the campaign, I had a story which only we had about the divisions in the campaign organization. And there were many that were very upset with me in Senator Aquino's
in his campaign.
Yes, because I had sources talking about, you know, how there, which has surfaced now. That was my story then. I just didn't name names.
Okay.
So they were angry with me. But in fact, I was a subject of a text coming from their camp, you know, maligning me.
Okay. Outside of the campaign group of the Aquinos, were you also receiving flack about you being biased in favor of the candidate?
Yes.
As well. So you were getting it from both sides.
Yes, like I love him. I'm his picture endorser. What are you doing endorsing him in your Facebook?
Oh, okay.
You know,
all right.
It's just, you know, he's here.
Yeah.
In,
I didn't say naman vote for Noynoy.
Of course not.
See?
But then their pictures, you see.
Yes.
And why is my Facebook full of his pictures?
Because you're covering him.
Yeah, so it was a tool also.
Yeah.
It's just a tool for us, an extension of
the coverage that you're doing, right?
Yes.
Alvin, you got a lot of flack from the Villar camp.
Oh, yes.
When they accused you, Willie Revillame in particular, gave you an earful about your coverage. Let's watch what he said.
Ako magtatanong, magkapamilya tayo. Bakit pag lumalabas kami, 100,000, 200,000, hindi nyo pinapakita? Hindi, konti lang. Pero pag yung ibang partido, hindi. Pero pag ibang partido, ang pinapakita nyo lang, nakatayo kami sa stage. Nakita nyo naman yung katotohanan na punong-puno ng tao.
Okay, how did you deal with that?
I did not react violently because I know na hindi ako yung pinatutungkulan niya. So the mood wasn't
No, but-
really tense.
No, but he was saying something like, you know, every time ABS covers a rally, you only have a close shot. You don't do a wide shot to show the hundred thousands of
And I
people.
answered him, that is not
Okay.
true. I covered their opening salvo during the campaign season in Calamba, Laguna.
Mm-hmm.
And the peg of the story was it was star-studded. Dinagsan ng tao, sobrang dami ng tao. So, hindi niya pwedeng ibalik sa akin yun. I know kung sinong pinatutungkulan niya. I will not mention names,
Yeah.
but it's not me. So, I answered it coolly.
Okay, so you're saying that these candidates cherry pick.
Yes.
They all choose what they're going to emphasize and not necessarily see the whole picture,
Yes.
right?
One thing about the Teodoro campaign
Yeah.
from the staff
Yes.
that I appreciated was that they weren't trying hard to, or they didn't even attempt to influence me or try to approach me and influence the way that I would do a certain story. I didn't receive any complaints. They were not controlling, and I liked it. So much so that that I thought that they weren't monitoring my stories at all because I wasn't getting any
They were
feedback.
not watching.
But let me clarify.
Maybe the
Villar
bigger
camp
problem.
Did not
Did
either.
not. Yeah, did not.
Did not pressure you and
Yes,
say, Alvin,
yes.
put this in.
Yes. They just
Nothing-
complained, but they
nothing of
did
that
not
sort.
dictate
Okay.
kung ano yung laman ng storya ko. Just to
Alright.
clarify, baka matuwag na naman yung Villar, sabihin, anong pinagsasabi mo? No, they did not dictate. Just to clarify. But they complained all the time.
Incessantly.
All the time.
Okay, when we come back, we'll look at how this evil pack really did their job when we talk about the bogus psych report on Senator Aquino and the time Chris Aquino called the news people evil. That's next on Media in Focus.